Hi folks, now for something a little bit different. I've got this old Mini Moto Pocket bike, or whatever you want to call it, which I've had for a couple of years, I suppose, something like that. I did start it originally when I got it. I bought this from an auction, and it did start, and I was going to refurbish it. It got pushed to the back of the polytunnel, but now I've dug it out because the Triumph Acclaim's now gone, and I'm on the trotter van now, as you know, but this will keep me going as a little tinkering about job. It's going to need a host of new parts, so let's have a look and take a closer look at it. Right, well, it's in a right old state. Let's show you a bit nearer. Right, this is how I got it from auction. I think I paid £15 for it. I did get it home a while ago. I did do a video on starting it up, and I did get it started. Let's take that off. The bodywork is obviously broken, I think. Yeah, it's got a few splits and cracks in it, but you can buy these relatively cheap on eBay. It's all broken at the back there, so I'm not even going to mess about with that. I'll just replace that, so that can come off. And there's not much to it. The fuel pipe is broken off there, as you can see, and I did, if I remember rightly, I put some petrol going into this, and I squirted a little drop of petrol in it, and it did actually fire up, I think, pretty fast, pretty rapidly. It didn't take a lot to turn it over. So it's a little typical two-stroke pocket bike from China, and it's in a pretty poor condition, as you can see. The front forks have actually had it. I'm not going to even bother with them. The chrome's all gone and it's all pitted, but I'm going to buy a new set of forks for this as well. I think the brakes may be salvageable. I'm not too sure. They are cable operated. There's no hydraulics there at all. They seem to be working free. The tyres seem to be okay, but I may even replace them. The wheels are going to need powder coating. As you can see, the actual powder coating is coming off already. I'm not going to probably do anything to the engine apart from cleaning it up, take it off. I might take the cylinder off just to have a look inside it. I don't plan on replacing the seals. It started up so well, so I'm anticipating there's not going to be a lot wrong with that. Again, things like the old air filter there, the exhaust. Look how near that exhaust is to that air filter. Look, very close there, isn't it? I don't know whether this is the standard one that comes with it. It's obviously a little two-stroke bike, this, but I mean, that's not good manufacturing there, as you can probably see. It's actually touching the air filter there, and hot air going into a carburetor is not ideal running for any vehicle. They prefer cool air getting into them, so we might have to do something with this, or maybe alter this, maybe just to maybe change the direction of that. And even down by where the shock absorber is, look, it runs really down by the shock absorber there, that exhaust. I'm not sure whether it needs pulling over. There's a bracket on there, but again, I'm not too sure. Rear wheel again is holding air. It's got air in it, but may need replacing. The tyre, the wheel is again peeling with corrosion under the actual paint or powder coat what's there. The disc seems to be okay. The calipers are working okay. And I'm not too sure on the shock absorber. Let's give it a bounce. It appears to have some sort of bounce on it. And coming up to the controls up here, the throttle does operate. Little dinky little brake levers there, as you can see. Again, it's only cables. The cables seem to be okay, so I might be able to retain them. There doesn't seem to be too much of a problem with them. And again, it's missing a few parts. I don't think that's the original mudguard that's on there. Someone's made that one up, but you can, as I say, buy a kit where you get this bit, the mudguards, and also the body kit as well. So yeah, it's in a bit of a state. So what I plan to do, I may just squirt some petrol down into this. I'll take this tube off here and put a bit of my tube on there and just drop a bit of two-stroke oil and petrol mix into there and just see if we can fire it up. I think we'll do that now. Right, so let's get a pair of gloves on first of all, and also my safety glasses. Let's put them on. And I've got some two-stroke already mixed up here. Now, as I say, I'm not holding too much hope for this to start up. Just like the time when I actually bought it, I didn't hold too much hope for it to start up then, but it obviously did. But as I say, it's been sitting outside in the polytunnel for maybe a couple of years. So let's get this, well, let's see if it turns over first of all. Yeah, it's still turning over. Got very high compression, these little engines. So let's get this pipe off of there, that fuel pipe. I've got a little bit of fuel pipe here, which I'll stick on the top there. And I'll just inject some two-stroke and petrol fuel mix into the tube. That should give us at least something going into the carb. I mean, that fuel pipe is rock hard. I'll just slice that pipe because it doesn't want to come off. It's really hard. Okay. And maybe just prise it up now with a screwdriver. doesn't want to give itself up. There we go. Right, so that's that off, and as you can see, that's in a right old state there. That's not going back on, definitely not. That's a fuel filter there. But I don't know whether that pipe's going to be big enough, that one there, look. So I may have to find a bit more fuel line. I've got some more here. Hold on. Right, I've had to go and get another bit of pipe. I don't like this stuff, but it's only temporary. This was the stuff that I had on the Triumph Acclaim that perished. So I've got that on there now. So I'm just going to get some of this 2-stroke petrol and oil mix. Suck it up in this needle. Okay, and just drop that into the tube, which should hopefully fill the carb up. Right, I've got to turn the tap on, obviously. Fuel tap's now on. So just drop that until I can see it in the top of the pipe. Because it's going to have to fill the fuel bowl up, obviously. Again, it might be blocked. The carb might be blocked. The jets and all that. So I'm not holding out any chance of it starting, to be honest with you. But we'll give it a go. It's going somewhere, obviously. Oh, it's coming out of the overflow. It's coming out of the overflow pipe. Okay, right, well, I'm not going to put any more in there because the float might be stuck and it could be filling the crankcases up. So let's just wipe that bit of petrol up down there. Okay, like that. Right, so we know we've got fuel in there now, but we don't know, obviously, whether the carb's going to be okay or not. So let's just put everything over to the side and we'll try and start it. I might need Gary's help for this, so let's go and get Gary. Gary? Right, he's through there working on his wheels, as you can see. He's doing one of them. Just put this blanket up here just to stop dust flying about, which is a good idea. Right, health and safety first. Look at that, look. Yeah. Right, okay, so if I hold the bike, now it's petrol's on. It's got a little choke on here, which feels to be a bit floppy, but I don't know whether down is on and up is off. I would imagine, oh, does it say there? Can you read that? Open.
Open down. Open now.
So closed is top, so choke should be on now. Right, so if I hold this, if I can, there's a bit of fuel in that pipe there, yeah? So try and give that a pull. Right, hold it there. Right, there doesn't appear to be anything there. That could be the carb being blocked though. So what we'll do first is just whip the plug out, I think. And I'll squirt a bit of well, in actual fact, I don't need to take the plug out. If I just take the air filter off, if we just undo the air filter Jubilee clip off of there, rather than go to the hassle of taking the plug out, we can just take the air filter off, squirt some stuff in there. Tight fit, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so that's off. So we should be able to stick our finger up there now. Yeah, choke is on. So if we take the choke off, drop that lever down. That's it, choke opens. So now I'm going to put some, squirt some fuel in there. Again, I could put easy start. I've got some easy start. I just want it to fire up, you see, because that carb, as I say, might be totally blocked. So we'll just put a little drop in there. You won't need all that. Can you get it in there? Right. Go on. That should do you. Right, that should do you, hopefully. I just want it to fire. I'm going to put the choke back on. That stops it backfiring, and if it, well, it won't go near the exhaust because it's not hot at the moment. So all I'm looking for is for it to fire. So we'll try again. Yes, there we go. So it is a block carb. And that's how easy it started last time. Absolutely fantastic. So now I've got a running engine. I know I've definitely got a running engine. I did know that from last time, to be honest with you. I can now strip this thing down, get it all in its component parts, and obviously powder coat and clean up and paint exactly what I need. Make a list of what I want to buy, to refurbish it, and then take it from there. So put you on a bit of time lapse for that. I'm going to whip this apart. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, there we go. That's everything broken down into its component parts. There's still more stripping down to do individually, but things like the forks, I may or may not be able to use, like the yokes, for example. I may be able to buy the sanctions, I'm not too sure yet, or it might be just cost effective to buy the whole lot together, I'm not too sure. Things like the brackets for the handlebars, they can all be reused, they're aluminium, that's not a problem. The frame is down to its bare essentials now. It's got bearings in there, head race bearings. I probably will end up replacing them. Apart from that, nothing else is really needed on the frame itself. So that's a matter of just popping out 2 bearings, stripping it down, then obviously either powder coating it or painting it. I think it will go in my powder coating oven anyway, so that should be fine. Exactly the same with the swinging arm. There doesn't even appear to be any bearings on that. So it's literally just a clean up and make sure that shaft's nice and well lubricated. But again, straightforward piece. The engine, we know starts and runs, but I will probably put a new clutch in there because they do tend to get thrashed about, these things. Everything feels nice and smooth when you turn it over. And we know that we've got a decent engine, so I may not even strip the engine down, I'll probably just clean it. The carb obviously needs to come off, but that will be done obviously with this unit. Put a new spark plug in it obviously. So yeah, that's another unit. We got the individual bits like the wheels, for example, which again will be the wheel tires will be taken off, they'll be stripped down, powder coated, new bearings in probably. Yeah, they've got bearings in them. And the brakes look okay, they're only like push bike brakes, to be honest with you. So, and that's basically about it. So I'll leave this one here now because I've stripped it all down. I will replace the chain as well. It's a little bit stiff in places, I think you'll find, but I think they're only cheap anyway. So anyway, that's it. I bet you've enjoyed this little stripping down video of this Mini Moto. Now don't forget, I'm not doing this to make any money out of it. It's just a hobby, just a bit of fun while we're on this lockdown at the moment. So stripping this down and refurbishing it gives me something to do and gives you something to watch as well. Anyway, thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos by subscribing and also hitting that little notification bell. Set your preferences to all. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.